Hi guys, and welcome back to Natural Curlies TV. We are in the midst of a pandemic, the coronavirus or COVID-19, however you like to refer to it. It is a virus which is taking over the world, and it's even taking people's lives as well, which is very, very sad. So if you have been impacted by it in some way, whether or not you've had COVID-19 or you have had a family member that has it, or you've lost someone, my sincere condolences. And if you have lost someone, my sincere condolences to you and your family. And if you are experiencing the symptoms, I hope that you are able to get better very soon. And yeah, sending you love, light and positive energy. Okay, so as an occupational therapist, I thought it would be a really kind of useful and good idea for me to kind of talk to you about social distancing, because believe it or not, what we're having to actually go through is a lot of what kind of occupational therapists talk to with their clients or patients about, kind of having a daily routine, having activities to do, keeping yourself kind of occupied. And this is what we're having to do during this kind of quarantine period, during the time that we're having to social distance. And I belong to the Royal College of Occupational Therapists, and they have put out some kind of tips or guidelines, whatever you want to call them, recently on kind of social distancing and things that you can do so that you can kind of get through this period, which is going to be a challenge for a lot of people. And particularly for myself, I haven't found it too bad. I think what I have found difficult is, obviously I've got 2 children, and trying to get them not trying to keep them in the routine, because obviously they're not at school. You know, you get a bit lapse and you're not kind of following kind of routines as much as you would if they were kind of at school. So just making sure they're getting up at the same time, getting their work kind of done, doing that, kind of having lunch, having a period of activity, having rest. Okay, so what I'm going to do is talk you through the RCOT, Royal College of Occupational Therapists guidelines to social distancing. And I've got it kind of on my phone here, so if I'm looking down, I suppose I'm looking down at my phone. Okay, so tip number 1 is to establish a daily routine. So routines provide structure and purpose, and they most definitely do, kind of 100%. If you haven't got a routine, you find that sometimes you're not kind of like getting things done. Maybe you're spending more time doing one thing more than the other, so that might be spending more time kind of on Netflix more than you should. So yeah, and probably doing things and not doing things that are purposeful and or kind of goal orientated kind of in a way. So it's really important to try and keep to a routine, and kind of, I guess a routine would be kind of us kind of getting up at a certain time each day, kind of giving ourselves something to do in that morning period, then, you know, having lunch, or after lunch maybe doing a bit of exercise, or kind of going for a walk, or, you know, in the evening you have your meal, then you start getting ready for bed. So that's a routine, and we can still keep to that routine when we're in this period of kind of social distancing. Okay, so number 2, balance your weekly routine so you have a good mix of work activities that have to be done, rest and leisure. So that's kind of so important. I guess for some people that are working at home, it might feel like it might be better for you to kind of, you might feel like, I don't know if you are or not, sorry, because I'm not working from home, but you might feel like it's hard to actually stop working because you are in your own environment. Obviously, if you're going to work, you'll be working from like 9 to 5, you close the laptop, well, some people do, some people don't, I don't know, and then you go home and then you forget about working till the next day. Because you're working from home, it might be more difficult to kind of put the laptop away and put the work away and kind of do other activities. So I would say, as much as possible, yes, you have to do your work, but also make time for kind of other activities. So that's kind of going out, because during this quarantine time, you can, our government in the UK have said that we can go out once a day for a walk or a run or some type of activity with members from your household. So do that. Yeah, I would advise do it every single day. Every single day, get out, because number one, you need the vitamin D. We should be having at least like 20 minutes of vitamin D a day. A lot of us are deficient in vitamin D, and we don't know it until like we start feeling pain, we start losing our hair, and we start feeling really tired, and we think like, what is going on? So yeah, we do need that 20 minutes of vitamin D exposure from the sun every day. If you have children, then make time to spend with them. My son likes to spend a lot of time on his PS4, which isn't, it's fine because that's something he enjoys, but also I want him to spend time with me. Do you know what I mean? I want us to spend time together. So it might be kind of us just taking out a puzzle, kind of playing chess, playing drafts, just finding that time and just finding the balance between, yes, we have to work, you have to do your schoolwork, but also it's an opportunity for you to do things that you enjoy as well. Yeah, so number 3 is think about the regular activities that are most important to you. What are the important elements to these? Can you adapt them to carry them out in your home? For example, instead of a class, following an online strength and balance routine. Oh my gosh, COVID-19 has opened up a whole online community for exercise, health, kind of meditation. I have never seen so many people offering kind of free online exercise kind of classes on Instagram, meditation classes and everything. So to be honest, there's no excuse kind of not to be able to exercise, because there is so much out there. It's crazy. I did an online exercise class, or on Instagram I should say. Her name is Sierra Body. I'm gonna can't remember, but I did it and it was so good. I'm actually feeling it in my legs today. And whoever said that, you know, a home workout isn't as good as going to the gym? I'm not sure the gyms are going to be able to get back their members after this, to be honest with you. People are going to realize that they can just work it out at home, just have the equipment and they can work it out at home. What other things could you be doing? If you enjoy art, if you go to an art class or something like that, why not? You are still able to order kind of things online through Amazon and through other kind of sources like that. If you go to an art class, maybe you could bring the art into your home and start kind of doing that, or jewelry making. Yeah, so there's lots of potential there to continue with the activities that are most important to you. For example, I mean, I can't massage because we're supposed to be keeping a distance, social distancing, but I'm able to kind of communicate with other massage therapists through kind of, online groups and so on. I'm also kind of, it doesn't say that I can't massage my son, so I'm massaging my son, and just trying to keep up my skills that way. And it's also something that I feel kind of positive about, kind of offering Reiki healing as well, distance Reiki healing. If you are interested in distance Reiki healing, just actually let me know, in fact. And yeah, because that's something that I do, and it's also very powerful. People think that the only way to receive Reiki healing is for you to be there, but it is just as powerful when you are apart as well. It can be done. Okay, so number 4, set daily goals to provide purpose and a sense of achievement. That is so important. This might include working through a list of things you keep meaning to do but never get around to it. So one of my goals today was to film this video and to hopefully even edit it and get it out, but I realized that my son is doing his schoolwork downstairs at the moment, so that might not be possible for me to actually complete the whole process of this, but at least I've got a portion of it done. What I tend to do in the way of kind of setting myself goals is knowing that I know that I'm going to exercise during the day. I know that if I'm not going to work, because obviously I work for the NHS, so I'm still working, actually, if I didn't say that before. yeah, so it will be maybe a little bit of cleaning that I'll get done, helping the kids with their work, spending time with them. So those kind of little things that I will kind of set myself goals to do. Number 5, identify the triggers that make you feel low and look for ways to reduce or manage them. I think that's a really important time, and I think even out of this situation we might be seeing more people that are having kind of low mood, depression, and anxiety, because definitely a fearful time for some people. Not knowing, the uncertainty of not knowing what's going to happen can be really, really daunting for some people and can cause a lot of stress. And what you need to identify is, like, what are your triggers? So what is making you feel low? Is it the fact that maybe you're not seeing people? Is there, or you're not being able to communicate with people face to face, you're not seeing people? Is there another way that we can deal with this? Can we speak to people via WhatsApp, FaceTime, house party? If you don't know about that already, the past couple of days I've had so many people kind of telling me about house party. Or so if you feel like the social isolation is making you feel low, explore other areas like that, online things, and a phone call to people. We're kind of in this texting kind of mode, isn't it, where we just kind of text people, but we actually need to speak to them as well. So pick up the phone and call people. I've never really felt so connected with people more than I have during this period. Kind of seeing people via video calling, calling them and things like that. It's, yeah. I'm actually seeing the positive in some of this, actually. So, number 6, talk with family and friends and neighbours to help them understand how you feel and how they can help. Can you talk you through using apps on your mobile phone, for instance? So that's basically kind of, I guess, what I've just kind of spoken about. If you're feeling a certain way, find who you can connect with. Talk to people who you know will give you a good kind of listening ear. Not necessarily that they have to solve your problems, but can be there to listen and understand, are sympathetic or empathetic to your situation. And again, using apps, which I've just said. I mean, WhatsApp is fantastic, Skyping, Zooming, house party. There's so much available in abundance. Number 7, take care of yourself. Eat and drink healthily with plenty of fruit, vegetables and water to support your immune function and energy levels. Okay, 100% important as we are going through this period of time where we know this virus is actually affecting our health. I think more people in general are just taking into consideration that they need to kind of maintain a healthy body and also a healthy kind of mind as well. So if you're on Instagram, I've literally just put up a video about an antiviral juice that you can make, so kind of check that out on Natural Curlies on Instagram, and that's like ginger, turmeric and cloves of garlic. And if you're starting to feel kind of any type of like cold symptoms or cough, literally take that and it will help. But in general, a balanced diet is the most important, also is the most important thing, which will keep your immunity high. Lots of vitamin C as well. Your greens are so important. I have a plant-based diet. I'm not saying that you have to kind of obviously follow that. I know which types of food give me what I need, so that's fine. But have a balanced diet. The majority of what should be on your plate should come from the vegetables that you eat, yeah. And then people think that the protein should be the largest or the carbs should be the largest, but it really doesn't have to be at all. 8, avoid staying still for too long. Exercise and regular movement will maintain fitness and strength. Like I said, this period has set off a real kind of frenzy of fitness. Like, I've never seen so many people running on the street, so many online kind of exercise tutorials and videos and everything else. Do that once a day. Get out your house and do something, even if it's just a walk, just do it, okay? In between you kind of working from home, remember to get up, just stretch, walk up and down your stairs, I don't know, just get up. Don't stay in one space for too long, because you need to keep that your system kind of working, especially your lymphatic system, which supports kind of, you know, immunity and getting rid of like toxins in your body. Your lymphatic system doesn't work unless your body is moving, and yeah, because it doesn't have its own pump like the circulatory system. The lymphatic system only works when you are moving, so the less you're moving, the less your lymphatic system will work and remove any toxins from your body. So it's move on to number 9, which is having a good sleep routine. If you are struggling, try and avoid tea and coffee in the late afternoon and evening. Take a bath, use blackout curtains if you have them. It's probably quite a difficult one to do if you don't already have them. Listening to gentle music or deep breathing exercises. I think we can, in this period, it might be slightly difficult to keep to a good sleep routine, and we start kind of, our sleep hygiene can become quite poor, especially as we're at home all day, and we might have more opportunities to kind of take a nap if we want to. Also kind of getting up later and going to bed later as well. I would say try and keep to your normal pattern as if you were kind of going to work. For myself, I would try and usually be in bed by 11, and then if I was going to work or kids going to school, it would be me up at kind of 6:30. I'm not getting up at 6:30 if I don't need to, but I'm not getting up at 11 o'clock. I will get up like probably about 8 o'clock at the latest, and you know, try and kind of start my day from there and get to bed at a good time, so I get a good amount of rest. So try and keep up with those good kind of sleep habits. Try and stay off anything that kind of is stimulating, so kind of like watching really kind of stimulating programs, being on your phone late at night, because the light from that is very, very stimulating and can affect our sleep. If you're having trouble going to sleep, then like have a hot drink, whether or not it's hot, kind of like dairy milk or some type of almond milk or something like that, can be really helpful. Sometimes exercising too close to bedtime, because you're all fired up and everything, it can be difficult to kind of bring yourself, the nervous system, kind of back down again. So it's not good to kind of exercise too late in the day. So I would say kind of do it at kind of lunchtime, and then like early evening-ish, okay? If you're finding it hard to get to sleep, then I would say kind of don't spend too long kind of worrying about not being able to go to sleep. If after 15 minutes like you're still in bed and you're still thinking, oh my god, I cannot get to sleep, get up, do something. It might be kind of like writing a list, it might be writing in your journal or something like that, or reading or something. Do something purposeful, and then you'll probably soon find that you start to feel tired, and then try and go back into bed and go back to sleep again. If you're going to nap, don't nap for more than like 40 minutes. Anything more than that, I would say, would kind of impact on your sleep later on in the evening, and whether or not you're able to get to sleep and also stay asleep. So avoid kind of taking naps if you can, but if you are going to take a nap, then don't let it be kind of more than about like 45 minutes. Yeah. If you want some more information on having kind of good kind of sleep hygiene, because it's something that we talk about at work with our patients, our clients, then I'm more than happy to do like a more maybe detailed video about that if you would like. Okay. Number 10, the last one, keep in touch. Arrange to speak to someone most days on the phone, through social media, or over the garden fence. That's if you have a garden fence. I live in a flat and I've got a balcony. I can look down and potentially speak to my neighbours if I had that kind of relationship with them, but I don't. Maybe some other people do, but keeping in touch with people is very, very important. Gather up your people, your community, and just make sure that you keep in touch with them, and look out for the older people as well within the community as well, who this is kind of impacting, I guess, most likely kind of to be the most. And these kind of tips that I've gone through, share them. Please do share them, especially with your kind of your older members kind of the family or friends, because this might be a difficult time kind of for them, and keeping up with routine, structure, meaningful activities, occupation, this is going to really be kind of meaningful for them. This is the time when they need to put all these things kind of into place for older people kind of in our lives, and I mean, even, you know, younger people as well, but even more so for the older generation. Okay, so that is it. Those are all the tips. If you have any questions or anything like that, please do not hesitate to kind of leave a message in the comment box, and hopefully I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope everyone's staying safe, staying well, and also kind of staying positive in this period. Make time also to meditate, keep your vibrations high, tap into kind of social media platforms that are positive and not scaremongering or create fear or anything like that. I've had to even make myself aware of what I was tapping into, and making sure that I am not kind of first thing in the morning watching the radio, watching the TV, or listening to the radio, which was all about COVID-19, all about, yeah, it was just too much, taking too much of my energy. After lunchtime, I'm happy to kind of tap in and see what's going on, because I think that we still need to be aware. I don't want to completely just dismiss that this is happening. I know it's happening. I have to be aware, I have to be conscious of it, but it doesn't have to be the only thing that is going on in my life, if you understand what I mean. I have to keep my energy high, I have to keep the vibration high. Okay, so love to you all. Stay well, stay happy, stay healthy.